SCSMath London, where we will continue reading from Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, the 11th chapter of the Madhya Lila, and we've been hearing about the love and eagerness for darshan of Prataparuja Maharaj, to have the darshan of Mahaprabhu, and Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya's come up with a plan whereby that can happen. So we're rejoining them. We're rejoining them. We're at the Snan Yatras coming up. The Snan Yatra of Lord Jagannath is going to be in 3 days' time. And that's when Sarvabhauma suggested that Maharaj Prataparuja could approach Mahaprabhu in the garden of the Gundicha temple, when he'd be very happy and in ecstasy from dancing in front of Jagannath. And if the king just changed his clothes from his Rajavesh to some simple Vaishnav cloth, then Mahaprabhu would be very happy. And anyway, he'd already changed his mind by the grace. So we're joining them in chapter 11, Madhya Lila, text 61. Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Dvaita Chanja Jaya Gaura Bhaktavinda Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Dvaita Chanja Jaya Gaura Bhaktavinda. So text 61 was, after thus encouraging the king, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya returned home. On the day of Lord Jagannath's bathing ceremony, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was very happy at heart. And we can understand something of that because we were just recently in Puri and we were very happy at heart as well, just to be there, following in these divine footsteps of Mahaprabhu and his devotees, and of course, the wonderful Lord Jagannath, Subhadra and Balaram. Snana yatra deki prabodha haila bhara sukha ishvara anavasare paila bhara dukkha. After seeing the bathing ceremony of Lord Jagannath, Mahaprabhu became very happy. But when Lord Jagannath retired after the ceremony, Mahaprabhu became very unhappy because he could not see him. And Srila Prabhupada says, after the bathing ceremony of Sri Jagannath, which takes place just a fortnight before the Ratha Yatra ceremony, because that's when he catches cold, isn't it? Yeah. The body of Lord Jagannath, deity, is repainted, and this takes about a fortnight to complete. This period is called Anavasara. There are many people who visit the temple to see Lord Jagannath regularly every day. And for them, his retirement after the bathing ceremony is unbearable. You go every day and then suddenly for 2 weeks you can't go. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu felt Lord Jagannath's absence from the temple very much. Gopi bhave virahe prabhu vyakula hai alanatha gela prabhu sapara chariya. So what did he do? Due to the separation of Lord Jagannath, Mahaprabhu felt great anxiety, such as the gopis feel in separation from Krishna. So in this condition, he gave up all association and went to Alalanath. Pache Prabhu Nikata Aila Bhakta Gan Gaura Haite Bhakta Aishe Kaila Nivedan. The devotees following the Lord came into his presence and requested him to return to Puri. They submitted that the devotees from Bengal were coming to Purushottam Kshetra. Sarvabhauma Nilachala Aila Prabhulai. Prabhu Aila Rajatani Kailaina Gia. In this way, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya brought Mahaprabhu back to Jagannath Puri. He then went to King Prataparuja and informed him of the Lord's arrival. Henakale Aila Tata Gopinatha Charja Rajake Ashirvada Kari Kahi Shuna Bhattacharya. At this time, Gopinathacharya came there while Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya was with King Prataparuja. Being a Brahmin, he offered his benediction to the king and addressed Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya as follows. Gauda Haite Vaishnavara Asichena Dui Shata Mahaprabhuda Bhakta Sabha Maha Bhagavata. He said about 200 devotees are coming from Bengal. All of them are greatly advanced devotees and specifically devoted to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Narendra Ashya Sabe Haila Vidyamana Tansabare Chai Vasa Prasada Samadana. All of them have already arrived on the bank of Lake Narendra Sarovar, and are waiting there. I desire residential quarters and prasad arrangements for them. This is Gopinathacharya speaking, and then Srila Prabhupada mentions that Narendra is a small lake still existing in Jagannath Puri, where the Chandan Yatra festival takes place. Up to the present date, all the Bengali devotees who visit the Jagannath temple first take their bath in the lake. There they wash their hands and feet before entering the temple. Rajakai parikache ami agyadiba vasa ari ye chaye paricha sahadiba sabadiba. Everything. The king replied, I shall give orders to the attendant in the temple. He will arrange for everyone's residential quarters and prasad as you desire. Mahaprabhuda Gana Jata Aila Goda Haite Bhattacharya Eke Dekaha Amate. Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, please show me one after another all of Mahaprabhu's devotees who are coming from Bengal. Bhattakai Atalakaya Kara Arohana Gopinatha Chine Sabare Karabe Darashana. Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya requested the king go up to the roof of the palace. Gopinathacharya knows every one of the devotees. He will identify them for you. Ami kaunai chinite manahai Gopinathacharya sabare karabara parichai. Actually, I do not know all of them, although I have a desire to know them. Since Gopinathacharya knows them all, he will give you their names. Etabali tina jana atalikaya charila hena kali Vaishnav Sabha Nikata Aila. After Sarvabhauma said this, he went up to the top of the palace with the king and Gopinathacharya, and at this time all the Vaishnav devotees from Bengal drew closer to the palace. Damodar Svarupa Govinda Duijana Mala Prasada Laijai Jahana Vaishnava Gan. Svarup Damodar and Govinda, taking the flower garlands and prasad of Lord Jagannath, proceeded to where all the Vaishnavas were standing. Pratameti Mahaprabhu Pataila Duhare Rajakai Edui Konchina Amari. Mahaprabhu first sent them both in advance. The king inquired, who are these two? Please let me know their identity. Bhattacharya kai e Svarupa Damodar Mahaprabhu Rahaya iya Dvitya Kalevara. Sarvabhauma replied, here is Svarup Damodar, who is practically the second expansion of the body of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Dvitya Govinda Britya Iyan Doadya Mala Patanachena Prabhu Gaurava Kariya. The second person is Govinda, Mahaprabhu's personal servant. The Lord has sent garlands and remnants of Lord Jagannath's food with these two persons simply to honor the devotees from Bengal. Adalmala Advaitera Svarupa Paraila Pache Govinda Dvityamala Anitara Dila. At the beginning, Svarup Damodar came forward and garlanded Advaita Acharya. Govinda came next and offered a second garland to Advaita Acharya. Tabe Govinda Dandavata Karila Acharyera Tara Naichinaya Acharya Puchila Damodhare. After Govinda offered his obeisances by falling down flat before Advaita Acharya, Advaita Acharya asked Svarup Damodar about his identity, for he did not know Govinda at that time. Damodara kai iara Govindanam Ishvara Purira Sevaka Ati Gunavan. Svarup Damodar informed him, Govinda was the servant of Ishvara Puri. He is very highly qualified. Ati Gunavan, full of qualities. Prabhuda Seva Karite Puriagya Dila Ataiva Prabhu Iake Nikata Rakila. Ishvara Puri ordered Govinda to serve Mahaprabhu. Thus the Lord keeps him by his side. Rajakai Jana Mala Dila Duijan Acharya Teja Baramahanta Kaha Konajan. The king replied, to whom did Svarup Damodar and Govinda offer the two garlands? His bodily effulgence is so great that he must be a great devotee. Please let me know who he is. Acharya Kai Ihara Nama Advaita Acharya Mahaprabhuda Manya Pacha Sava Shirodara. Gopinath replied, his name is Advaita Acharya. He is honored even by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and he is therefore the topmost devotee. Shivasa Panditya Pandita Vakreshvara Vidyanidhi Acharya Iya Pandita Gadadhara. So he's saying he is Shivasa Pandit Vakreshvara Vidyanidhi Acharya Gadadhar Pandit. And he goes on with the names. Acharya Ratna Iya Pandita Purandara. Gangadasa Pandit Iya Pandita Shankara. E Murari Gupta Iya Pandita Narayan. Haridasa Thakur Iya Bhuvana Pavana. And there's Murari Gupta and Pandit Narayan and Haridas Thakur, the deliverer of the whole universe. Yeah, Bhuvana Pavana. E Haribhata, E Shinashingananda, E Vasudeva Dat, E Shivananda. Those names, they're here. Govinda, Madhava Ghosh, E Vasu Ghosh, Tina Barira Kitane Prabhu, Paina Santosh. Here also is Govinda Ghosh, Madhav Ghosh, and Vasudev Ghosh. They are three brothers, and their Sankirtan pleases the Lord very much. Paina Santosh gets very much pleasure. Raghava Panditya, Acharya Nandana, Shriman Pandite, Shrikanta, Narayana. All these beautiful names of the beautiful devotees. Suklambara Deka, E Shidhara, Vijay, Balabhasena, E Purushottama Sanjay. Gopinath Acharyas continued to show who is there. Kulina Gramabasi, A Satyaraja Khan, Ramananda Adi Sabe Deka Vidyaman. So there's all the residents of Kulingram village, such as Satyaraj Khan and Ramananda. Indeed, all of them are present here. Please see. The whole village came. I wonder who's looking after the cows. Someone in the next village. Some friends.
I thought the cows were also there.
Yeah, well, we don't hear about the cows traveling to Puri, but who knows? We certainly know that dogs follow us on Parikrama. I can't remember cows following us, perhaps a little bit, if they think you've got anything to eat. Anyway, they're all here. Look, look, look. He's showing everybody. And he carries on. Mukunda Dasa, Narahari, Sri Raghunandan. Oh, I wonder what he's got. Kandavasi, Chiranjiva, Are Sulochana. All these different beautiful names. The residents of Kanda he's talking about now. Mukunda Das, Narahari, Raghunandan, Chiranjiva and Sulochan. They're all the residents of Kanda village. And he says, Katika kahiba e deki jata jan, Chaitanya ragan saba Chaitanya jivan. How many names shall I speak to you? Remember, there's 200 arrived, so that would be a whole chapter. How many names shall I speak to you? All the devotees you see here are associates of Mahaprabhu, who is their life and soul. Rajakoi deki mora haila chamatkara. Vaishnavarachi Teja, Deki Nayara. Never seen anything like it. The king said, upon seeing all these devotees, I am very much chamatkared, for I have never seen such effulgence. Teja. Koti Surya Samasaba, Ujvala Varan. Kabunai Shunye Madhurya Kirtan. Indeed, their effulgence is like the brilliance of a million suns. Nor have I ever heard the Kirtan chanted so melodiously. Or you could just say Madhurya Kirtan. You can't beat the Bengal. You just can't. It's just beautiful. Aiche prema, aiche nritya, aiche haridvani, kanai deki, aiche kanai shuni. I've never before seen such ecstatic love, prema, nor heard the vibration of the holy name chanted in such a way, nor seen such dancing during the kirtan. And this is the king of Puri who sees Rath Yatra every year and so many things. It's not like he's never seen kirtan before or devotees before. So Jagannath Puri full of devotees. But he's saying, this is just extraordinary what I'm seeing from the roof of the palace. These personalities arriving. Bhatta Chajakoi a Madhurya Vachana Chaitanya Shishti a Prema Sankirtana. Sarvabhauma replied, this sweet transcendental sound is a special creation of the Lord, known as Prema Sankirtan, congregational chanting in love of Godhead. Avatari Chaitanya Kaila Dharma Pracharana Kali Kali Dharma Krishna Nama Sankirtana. In this age of Kali, Mahaprabhu has descended to preach the religion of Krishna consciousness, Dharma Pracharana, preaching of actual religion. Therefore, the chanting of the holy names of Lord Krishna is the religious principle for this age. Sankirtana yagyatare kare aradhana seta sumeda ara kali hata jana. Anyone who worships Mahaprabhu by congregational chanting should be understood to be very intelligent. Sumedas. One who does not do so must be considered a victim of this age and bereft of all intelligence. Hare Krishna. And then, who's actually speaking? No, it's still Sarvabhauma, isn't it? And then he's quoting, what is it? Krishnavanam Tvisha Krishnam Sangopangashta Parshadam Yagyai Sankirtana Praye Yajanti He He Sumedasa, where that same word pops up, this famous verse. In this age of Kali, intelligent persons perform congregational chanting to worship the incarnation of Godhead, who constantly sings the name of Krishna. Although his complexion is not blackish, he is Krishna himself. He is accompanied by his associates, servants, weapons, and confidential companions. Rajakai Shastra Pramana Chaitanya Haya Krishna Tabekena Pandita Sabha Taita Vitrishna indifferent Vitrishna. The king said, according to evidence given in the Shastra, it's concluded that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Lord Krishna himself. So why then are these learned scholars sometimes indifferent to him? Bhatakai Dana Kripalesha Hayajare Se Tahare Krishna Kare Laite Pare. Bhattacharya replied, only a person who has received but a small fraction of mercy from the Lord can understand that Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Krishna. No one else can see. And who's a better person to say that than Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya himself? Tara kripa nai jare pandita nai kene dekila shunilea tai ishvara na mane. If the mercy of Mahaprabhu is not bestowed upon a person, regardless of how learned a scholar that person may be, and regardless of his seeing or listening, he cannot accept the Lord as the as Ishvara. Cannot submit. Very important words. Hare Krishna. Atapite deva padambuja dvaya prashadalisanu gritai vahi janati tatvam bhagavan mahimno nachanya eko pichiram vichinvan, from Bhagavatam. My Lord, if one is favored by even a slight trace of the mercy of your lotus feet, he can understand the greatness of your personality. But those who speculate to understand the Supreme Personality of Godhead are unable to know you, even though they continue to study the Vedas for many years. Rajakai sabe Jagannatha na dekhiya Chaitanyada Vashagriya Chaliladana. The king said, instead of visiting the temple of Lord Jagannath, all the devotees are running towards the residence of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Patakai etasvabhavika premarita Mahaprabhu milibharet ukantitachira. Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya replied, yes, this is spontaneous love. All the devotees are very anxious to meet with Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And he carries on. Age tana mila sabe, tara sange lai, tara sange Jagannatha, deki benagia. First the devotees will meet with Mahaprabhu and then take him with them to the temple to see Lord Jagannath. Rajakai Bhavanandera Puchavanina Prashadalai Sange Chale Panchasat. The king said, the son of Bhavananda Rai, Vaninath, along with 5 or 7 other men, is going there to take the remnants of Lord Jagannath's food. Mahaprabhuda alaya karilagaman etta mahaprasada chai kai ki karam. Indeed, Vaninath has already gone to the residence of Mahaprabhu and has taken a huge quantity of Mahaprasad. Please let me know the reason for this. Bhatakai Bhaktagana Aila Janiya Prabhuda Ingite Prasada Jaya Tana Lai. Sarvabhauma said, understanding that all the devotees have come, Mahaprabhu gave the sign, and therefore they have brought such great quantities of Mahaprasad. Rajakai Upavasa Kshaura Tirtava Vidana Taina Akariyakena Kaiva Anapan. The king then asked Bhattacharya, why have they not observed the regulations for visiting the pilgrimage place, such as fasting, shaving, and so on? Why have they first eaten prasadam? Because they're devotees of Mahaprabhu. Hare Krishna. Bhatakai tumijeka say vididham e ragamage ache shukshma dharma man. Jai, he said, Bhattacharya said to the king, what you have said is right, according to the regulative principles governing the visiting of holy places. But there is another path, which is the path of spontaneous love. Jai, according to those principles, there are subtle intricacies involved in the execution of religious principles. Shukshma Dharma Marma. Subtle intricacies of the religious system of Dharma. Shukshma Dharma Marma. And he continues, Ishvara Paraksha Agya Kshaura Upashana Prabhuda Shakshat Agya Prashada Bhojana. The scriptural injunctions for shaving and fasting are indirect orders of the Supreme Lord. However, when there is a direct order from the Lord to take prasad, naturally, the devotees take prasad. That's their first duty. And we saw that sometimes with in the mat with Srila Govinda Maharaj, like sometimes devotees would take it upon themselves to, do something different, like a full Ekadashi fast, not taking anything. There's different things like that. And then, then Govinda Maharaj would maybe ask them to take lunch with him or something like that. And they're like, oh, well, I remember Shava saying, but are you crazy? You're being directly told to come and take prasadam and you're going to decide you're going to fast. It's crazy. Jai. Tan upavasa jan nahi ma prasad, prabhagya prasada jage hai aparad. When Mahaprasad is not available, there must be fasting. But when the Supreme Personality of Godhead orders one directly to take prasad, neglecting such an opportunity is offensive, obviously. Visheshe Shriyasta Prabhu Kare Pariveshana Etalaba Charikon Kare Upashana. When Mahaprabhu is distributing prasad with his transcendental hand, he's putting the banana crumble, well, the sandesh. The sandesh. Khichdi though, khichdi. Khichdi definitely. When Mahaprabhu is distributing prasad with his transcendental hand, who will neglect such an opportunity and accept the regulative principles of fasting? I'm fasting. And then Mahaprabhu is saying, you know, Hare. And now he's telling his own story. Remember the story of Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. It was prasadam. Purve Prabhumoda prasada anna anidila prate shayaya vasyami se anna kaila. Previously, the Lord gave me Maha Prasad one morning, and I ate that just sitting on my bed, without even having washed out my mouth, and even brushed his teeth. And this is very pucker, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, one of the great pundits of India, King's Pundit. Very pucker. You do not just get up, sit on your bed and start eating, you know. You know, you do your morning ablutions and mantras and prayers and so on. But he said, well, then Mahaprabhu came and gave me some prasad. I just ate it on my bed, didn't even brush my teeth. Jare kripa kare karena hridaya prerana. Prerana. Krishna Shraya Hayachari Veda Loka Dharma. Aha. The man to whom the Lord shows his mercy by inspiring him within the heart takes shelter only of Lord Krishna and abandons all Vedic and social custom. And then Srila Prabhupada, in that regard, quotes Sarvadhamam Parityamamekam Sharanam Raja. This, abandon all varieties of religion and just surrender to me. And then he quotes more, and the next verse is Bhattacharya continuing. Yadayam anugritnati bhagavan atmabhavitaha sajahati matim loke vede cha parinishtitam. When one is inspired by the Lord, who is sitting in everyone's heart, he does not care for social customs or Vedic regulative principles. It was astonishing then, it's astonishing now, and Gurudev in Revealed Truth, that section of Revealed Truth is just so amazing when he says, and I'm astonished, and I was not just astonished, I'm still astonished, you know, I'm super astonished to hear from Guru Maharaj, because also Govinda Maharaj, good Brahmin boy, from Brahminville, Brahmanpur, Brahmin town, and you know, so this was just a normal way of doing things, and then he comes to Guru Maharaj and saying, those things have their place, but that's not what it's about. You know? When one is inspired by the Lord who is sitting in everyone's heart, he does not care for social customs or Vedic regulative principles. And the purport, this instruction was given by Narad Goswami to King Prachinabhari in connection with the story of Puranjan. Without the mercy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, one cannot extricate himself from the fruitive activities that are under the jurisdiction of the Vedas. Even personalities like Lord Brahma, Lord Shiva, Manu, the Prajapatis headed by Daksha, the four Kumaras, Marichi, and even Narada himself could not properly receive the causeless mercy of the Lord. Hare Krishna. Okay. Taberaje atalika haita talitaila kashimisha parichapacha due anaila. After this, King Prataparuja came down from the top of his palace to the ground and called for Kashi Mishra and the inspector of the temple. And he said, Prataparuja agya dila se duijan. Prabhushtane asyachena jata prabhudagan. Savara svachanda vasa svachanda prashada. Svachanda darshan karaya nahi jena bada. Maharaj Prataparuja then told Kashi Mishra and the temple inspector, who's not named, provide all the devotees and associates of Mahaprabhu with comfortable residences, convenient eating facilities for prasad, and convenient visiting arrangements at the temple so that there will not be any difficulties. And he adds, Prabhuda agya palaya due savadhana hai agyanai tabu kariya ingita bujia. The orders of Mahaprabhu must be carefully carried out. Although the Lord may not give direct orders, you are still to carry out his desires simply by understanding his indications. Ingita, indication. Etabali vidaya dila se duijane Sarvamoma dakita aila Vaishnava milane. Saying this, the king gave permission for them to leave. Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya also went to see the assembly of the Vaishnavas. So we can stay here, leave here, we'll leave them there. This wonderful festival, all the devotees arriving and being looked after personally by Mahaprabhu and his servitors. And then we will rejoin them tomorrow and see what occurs. Jai Shri Chaitanya Charitamrita ki jai. Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami ki jai. Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada ki jai. And our glorious masters, Srila Govinda Maharaj, Srila Sridhar Maharaj, Srila Saraswati Thakur ki jai. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Are you sing this morning?
Hari Haraya Nama Krishna Yadavaya Namaha. Yadavaya Madhavaya Keshavaya Namaha. Gopala Govinda Rama Shimadhusudana
Madana Mohana
Giridhari Gopina Madana Mohana
Sri Chaitanya Nityananda Sri Advaita Chandra
Chaitanya Nityananda Sri Advaita Chandra
Gadadhara Sivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda
Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda
Jaya Rupa Sanatana Bhatta Raghunatha
Jaya Rupa Sanatana Bhatta Raghunatha
Sri Jiva Gopala Bhatta Dasa Raghunatha Echai Goshani Kori Charana Vandana Jai Hoite Dinana Nabishta Purana Echai Goshani Yara Muitara Dasa Dasa Bara Padare Mumura Panchagrasha Tadera Charana Sebi Bhakta Sanivasa Janame Mura Heya Vilasa Echai Goshani Yabi Vraje Koila Vasa Radha Krishna Nitya Lila Korila Prakasha Anande Bolo Hari Braja Vrindavana Vaishnava Pad Padma Koriyasa Harinama Sankirtana Kohera Motana Dasa Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Krishna Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Nitai Gora Haribo Haribo Nitai Gora Haribo Nitai Gora Haribo Nitai Gora Haribo Nitai Gora Premanande
जय श्री परिकारा श्री श्री गुरु गोविंद सुंदर राधा गिरिधारी जी की
Jai
जय श्रीला गोविंद महाराज की
Jai
गुरु महाराज की
Jai
एसी भक्ति स्वामी एसी भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी प्रभुपाद
Jai
श्रीला सरस्वती ठाकुर की
Jai
रूपानुग गुरुवार
Jai
की
Jai
हरिनाम संकीर्तन
Jai